at the end of the day, you know, it was, I guess, unquestionably the hardest thing I've ever had to do, and I really hope that I don't have to do anything like this again. Made the decision that I didn't fit into the future of the St Kilda Footy Club after having 8 fantastic years there, and you know, really loving the place for that period of time, and making hopefully some lifelong friends. I came to the really, I guess, sad realisation that as I said, I didn't fit into the plans or the future of the footy club.
Luke, you used the term fit in there. When was it you realised that you no longer fitted in at St Kilda?
I think maybe just, you know, the style of game that I played in conjunction with the team, that maybe you know, there was, you know, enough of my sort of players playing in the team at the time last year, and you know, let's not beat around the bush. They had a fantastic year, and when a side nearly goes through the season undefeated, there's obviously going to be pressure for spots, and it was a pretty fit and healthy list. So, but yeah, as I said, that's sort of I guess where it came from, and as I said, I have absolutely no problem with that. Not bitter about that at all.
Luke, the last quarter of the grand final, I just want to know what it was you were thinking of Ross Lyon at that point when you weren't being allowed to go back onto the ground.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking like that at all. My number one thought was, geez, we're so close here. You know, we're so close. We almost had one hand on it. I know that's a bad thing to say, but when in the heat of it all, you're not really thinking like that at all. And it's sort of a funny feeling. I think I probably sitting here, I don't really feel like I've played in a grand final in a sense.
Did you ask Ross why it was he only played you for 46% of the grand final?
Again, it's the coach's prerogative to pick his side and play his side that are hopefully going to win his club a premiership. And you know, I don't envy the job of a coach. It's got to be one of the hardest jobs going around. So I'm not bitter about that at all. But when you reflect on that, you sort of got to think, well, okay, why? And maybe, you know, maybe that's sort of telling you something without saying it, I guess. A
lot of experts on that day felt that you're amongst the best 3 players on the ground at half-time, and at an extreme, certainly amongst the best half dozen. Did you feel you were playing that well?
I felt like when I was out there, I was well and truly in the game. You know, I'd like to think that I enjoy those sorts of games. You know, it was tough, it was tight, as it was always going to be. Geelong are a fantastic side. You know what you're going to get from them. So I'd like to think that when I was out there, I was in and up to my ears and contributing to the team.
Both Ross Lyon and Nick Riewoldt, since you've left, have made comments publicly questioning why you left and saying that you walked out on St Kilda. What did you make of those comments?
Look, at the end of the day, I have made the decision to leave. So there's an element maybe of truth to that, but again, not for the reasons that maybe that they've put across. Maybe I know Nick really well. Again, I had 8 fantastic years with him. I'd like to think that he, while he might have said one thing, that he knows that what I think of him as a person, as a player, and B that there's certainly more reasons than me, you know, walking out on a place that I did really love for such a long period of time.
Do you and Nick still talk?
Oh, look, we haven't spoken for a little while. As I said, I rate him so highly as a leader and a player, and I think he knows that. So I'd like to think that when it's all over, which, you know, won't be too far away, I don't think, for all of us, that we'll be able to continue our friendship.
Luke Ball there. Very interesting conversation, Nicky Dell. Have you spoken to Luke since you
Yes, I have. I've had dinner with him and a few text messages. Yep, I've stayed in touch.
Yeah, I mean, just reading between the lines, he's a class act, Luke Ball. He's a terrific young man, well-spoken, never going to tip a bucket on the Saints. But a tip there's a little bit of angst, is there, between he and your current captain, Nick Revo?
I can't speak on behalf of Rui. Obviously, they haven't spoken, as Bally said, but I mean, that's up to them. I feel in my position, I've played with him for 8 years, got along with him really well. We've got some great memories and a few disappointing ones, but that's all part of the journey. And I mean, Bally's made his decision, and we've moved forward, and he's obviously moved on. So that's where that's at.
Good fit, Lingy, for the Collingwood Footy Club, do you think?
Yeah, very good player, Bally. I've always rated him extremely highly. He plays footy the right way, hard, contested, loves the physical stuff, and I think he'll fit right in at Collingwood and add that little bit extra to their midfield and make them even more dangerous this year.